What's good, YouTube? It's your boy P Money. So I got some local news here, man, that just happened recently. This past Thursday, a Pima County Sheriff's Department deputy was found with a gunshot wound to the head on Thursday afternoon. Um, and as you can see, Palo Verde Road is where it was. So that's very close to the area where my office happens to be for my job. You know what I'm saying? And I've been wondering what was going on. Lately, I've been seeing a heavy police um, car presence like everywhere around town. You know what I'm saying? I ended up having to go to a grout job um, at one of my clients, and the police presence was insane everywhere. I was seeing 3 and 4 and 5 cars at a time, so they're really looking for the suspects of um this incident. You know what I'm saying? I guess there was 2 people that are involved in this, and it's pretty telling. You know what I'm saying? Um, there was a lot of people here in this city that truly believe that the police department does not help them. You know what I'm saying? And they get abused by them. And I've seen it firsthand how they treat some of the people that they take into custody. You know what I'm saying? When I was doing Uber, there was a very heavy police presence out there all the time. You know what I'm saying? But also like that was before the pandemic and all of that stuff that I was even doing that. And the police department here is very interesting. The sheriff, Pima County Sheriff, Chris Nanos, he's a very interesting individual. You know what I'm saying? Um, he has a lot of suspected white supremacy vibes. But then another person that was also involved in this is the Tucson Back the Blue Line president, Tim Castellini, who the mayor, Regina Romero, has referred to as a white supremacist. And some of the things that I've seen about this man ever since the protests last year for George Floyd that went on here, which more and more that I've noticed that there's not many black people that were out there. And Tucson has a pretty solid black population. You know what I mean? It's not insane, but like you go out and about, you know what I'm saying? And you're going to see some black folks, you know what I mean? A couple families, you know? So the black population is not as low as they try to make it out to be here in Tucson. But this guy, Tim Castellini, is a suspected white supremacist, you know what I'm saying? Now, while I'm not a fan of Mayor Regina Romero like that, for her to even come out and say that this man is a white supremacist is telling, you know what I'm saying? He really doesn't deny it at any point, you know what I'm saying? Because in my experiences that I've seen with any type of black back the blue line or any any type of people that follow or support what the police are doing when they're murdering black people unarmed all across this country has to be considered a suspected white supremacist. You know what I'm saying? Some of the views that the police share, if you agree with all those views, you're gonna look like that no matter what you say. And this guy really doesn't hide it. Now, there's an article about that guy and one of the protests that he's done. You know what I'm saying? He did a counter protest to the Black Lives Matter protest that was happening. And I guess some things went down over there, you know. But this is the type of stuff, man. Like all this stuff is starting to connect for me with all these different people and these different entities in this city that are just showing and proving that there's a lot of white supremacist organizations that are in this city right now that have the backing and supporting of the police departments around the city. You know what I'm saying? Um, you don't really see people out here having too many issues with the Connells, to the brother and sister that ended up going to um, the insurrection. You know what I'm saying? There's not really heavy criticism here, not from anyone, really. You know what I'm saying? So it's really hard to see how all these systems that are in this city aren't in some way corrupt or show racist and white supremacist tendencies. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to see because these things that I keep coming across in these articles, Tucson as a whole, you know what I'm saying? This year is like the wild, wild west. You know what I'm saying? We're well over the amount of violent homicides or violent crimes, I should say, um, ever in the history of Tucson this year. You know what I'm saying? I just saw an article where this man um, ended up stealing. I don't know. I didn't even realize that the jewelry at freaking Walmart was worth $10,000, but allegedly, Walmart is stating that this man just went in and stole $10,000 worth of jewelry there. Um, and you know what I'm saying? Like, so there's a lot of issues going on, and it's hard for me to side with a person like the mayor when they're worried more about filling their pockets with that proposal that they had where the people end up getting $15 in 2025 when you're trying to get about what, and upwards of 14,000 extra dollars, 14,000 extra dollars per year added to your salary when you're just giving the people pennies to the dollar. You know what I'm saying? And it has to be in 4 years before they reach that, when you could just do something right now to make people want to work. You know what I'm saying? Um, this this leadership group that's in office right now here in the city are not doing a very good job of making people feel like they need to be going back to work. The mandate, you know what I'm saying? At some of these jobs, people ain't trying to do that. Like they try to downplay it and all that, but it's it's bad right now. Right now, I also saw an article where the city is going to have to replace. They're saying 40%, but I want to say it's much higher than that because I'm on a lot of these jobs with different organizations like Pima County, um, City of Tucson, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of these people are telling me that they have a worker shortage very badly, and they don't see how the city is going to be able to recover. And these are highly skilled individuals, you know what I'm saying? They're inspectors, you know what I'm saying? So you have to have a pretty wide knowledge base to be an inspector. Um, you know what I'm saying? If it's for water, if it's for sewer, if it's for electric, if it's for HVAC, you know what I'm saying? You have to have a certain type of skill set for that. And you're not going to just be able to find that, say, from just a person who's just out of college or whatever. You need somebody that's actually had experience, you know, to do those types of jobs. But they're saying that they have a way to be able to, what they're saying, 40%. And I just don't believe it. Like, that's incompetence to me. You know what I'm saying? Um, but you're so focused on getting that extra 14,000 per year for you and your city council members, you know, but you're not doing anything to help the people. And this story, man, it just reminds me that it's showing that people are very tired of this current system, how it is, how they run it. And it's not just one or two people, it's like a lot of the city, you know? It's it's disgusting how they're doing things. And this seems like one of those types of frustrations that people, that may feel like they don't have any other alternative. They go to this. Um, the police have been doing people in around here for a very long time, you know? So these types of things may happen even more often. You just never know, because it's just so many things that the city does. And it's unfortunate to see, you know what I mean? I don't condone that type of behavior from anyone, but the city has to hold themselves accountable for their actions and how they be treating, how these police officers treat people. Like I've said previously, I've had an officer, while I was doing a service, providing a service for their drunken ass, tell me that if I remembered his address, he would kill me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and once I found that the police officers here, I don't care what jurisdiction they were in, I don't care. Obviously, that dude had some hatred and vitriol for a black man. You know what I'm saying? So I took that very seriously when he said that to me. You know what I'm saying? I know that that individual's police department ain't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? But that's just proof right there. Your arrogance. Like thinking that you guys are head and shoulders above the law is exactly why this type of situation happened. Um, it's crazy to see. Well, violence is not the answer for that type of shit. But here we are. That's how some people feel like that's the only way they could get justice. You know what I mean? Maybe that officer did something, wrong somebody, you know? I, there's a lot of stuff that goes on in this city that is not good. You know what I'm saying? Um, there's articles, I've been seeing a lot more articles about all these kilos of like heroin and cocaine and methamphetamines and um, all that happening much more often than before, because these the city is out here, raising rents for people. Like people already were having issues when the pandemic started, but then the pandemic accelerated a lot of people's issues. And like I said, I see how people are here. People are very much struggling. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy for people out here. Like I just said I just read an article where a man stole $10,000 worth of jewelry from Walmart, but that's what he felt like that was his only choice to be able to get to what he needed. Um, they don't give people out here the jobs that would require them to be able to be on the straight and narrow. You know what I'm saying? Because they're only paying freaking what? Some of these companies are paying you like $10 an hour, $12 an hour. That's not a livable wage. If you have, that's barely a livable wage for any person, let alone if it's a person that's got kids or multiple kids. So these are the types of things that happen when these guys just ignore what the people need and they just focus on things like, giving the police department so much more funding. Like that's what's really needed. You know what I'm saying? They get millions of dollars per year for funding, and they keep acting like they need more than that, when that's just disgusting to me. No, they don't. Like, you got supporters of the police like Back the Blue Line. That is a white supremacist organization, man. And that's happening on the mayor's watch, and that's not okay. That's not okay at all, you know? But this is the types of incidents that happen when people feel like they don't have any other alternative. It's just that simple, man. But, you know, this is what it is. But I don't really have too much else on this one. This is your boy P Money. Tell me what you guys think, and I'm off this.